In downtown Detroit, it's Jason Carr Live with your host, Jason Carr.
Thank you to those of you who have been watching on my Facebook page, right there. We had a technical issue, so the 9:15-ish today is the 9:29-ish. How are you, John?
I am doing well. How are you?
Good. Let's get right to that T-Rex. People in Midland, Michigan, who swear during a flood this week they saw a dinosaur. They did. That's Travis Spry in his T-Rex costume, as videoed by Katrina, his wife. She says it was a tough day when floodwaters rose, filling basements in the neighborhood with water. In spite of it all, Travis and his wife and dog decided to venture out and have some fun, and they did.
You don't usually see that every day, huh?
Can you take it full?
Yeah.
How about that?
I hear the floodwaters usually drive T-Rexes to kayak.
How long do you think that took them to think up?
Probably not long. You know, you see a flooded street, you think, I ought to get my kayak and throw on my T-Rex suit. That's the first thing I would think of.
Very first thing. A group of theme park guests and employees literally catch a teen who was dangling from a ride, and it's all caught on camera. The 14-year-old female was in a two-person car on the Sky Ride at Six Flags Great Escape in New York. The operator stopped the ride after receiving radio transmission from staff that a rider was in distress. Cell phone video captured the teen dangling as guests and employees yelled that they will catch her. They did. She let go, and they caught her. She's in stable condition at an area hospital, no serious injuries. A child relative riding with the teen was not injured. How do you end up dangling from a car?
I mean, and from what I was looking at, like, there weren't any issues, safety issues. All of the mechanics was working properly, so I really don't know.
Strange, right? Mm-hmm. I partially fell out of a car on the Ferris wheel at Cedar Point in like 1976 when I was small. Mm-hmm. And the only thing, there was like these lap belts, and I was dangling from the lap belt. And my dad yanked me and pulled me back inside the car. True story.
Yeah, it's amazing. All those carnival rides, the safety is probably pretty much the same since then, right?
1976, that was still the dangerous 70s when you rode in the back of station wagons without any restraint at all. Mm-hmm. So I'm not surprised I was able to wiggle outside the car and nearly plunge to my demise. Rich and compelling, now this.
Now, what do you think he's saying?
Hot, 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 hot. Scorching a heat wave in the west, burning eggs on the pavement. Hot, 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 hot. Mama bear and her cub taking a dip in a cool spring in Chico, California to get some relief from triple-digit temperatures. The owner of the property, Mark Miller, set up the camera in hopes of spotting a mountain lion. No mountain lion showed up, but the bears were certainly a welcome surprise. Cool, 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 cool. The exact opposite of the talking egg.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, man, that's cool. Sugar bear, can you dig it? I knew that you could, yeah. Super Sugar Crisp. Then they changed it to Super Golden Crisp because sugar's a bad word.
Is it? Well,
when I was a kid, it was called Super Sugar Crisp.
Is that different than Smacks?
Honey Smacks.
Honey Smacks.
Sugar Smacks.
Sugar Smacks.
Sugar Smacks
Sugar Smacks, and they became Honey Smacks. Oh, okay.
They became Honey Smacks. Did you know that honey doesn't expire?
Yes, honey will stay good for thousands of years.
Yeah, like the honey they dug up from the Pharaoh's tomb, you could still eat it.
Yeah, and it also has antibacterial qualities, so if you get a nasty cut and you don't have something to clean it with, you can actually just pour a whole bunch of honey in it.
So there's that going for you on a Monday.
Yeah.
Always have honey on hand. Hot, 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 hot. Swimming bears part 2.
Yeah, there's 2 swimming bears. Take a look at this one.
Wait, is that
Those
a
are
bear
two-
with a bear on top of a
Yeah,
bear?
those are 2 baby bears riding on Mama's back.
That's pretty cool. The Berenstain Bears. Where was this shot? Do we know?
This one I don't know. No. I'm assuming it's a lake or some sort of body of water.
What is this? Kim's saying breakfast is planned
Uh-oh. Already? Starts at 8:30.
at Aurora's Family Restaurant in Clinton Township. Well, that's not doable for us, but
No, but we could have them on a Facebook Live, and we could have some sort of interaction with us here and them there, which would be kind of fun.
or a FaceTime,
Yeah, yeah,
since we can't do the Facebook Live side by side like I can on my page.
yeah.
A panda cub born last week at Tokyo's Ueno Zoo turned out to be female. The latest video released this morning shows the cub being measured. Zookeepers, together with a giant panda expert, identified the newborn as female. Black and white coating coming in. Panda cub is 7 inches in length, 10 ounces in weight.
It's so tiny.
So tiny. Good morning, Texas. Oh, the stars shine bright deep in the night, deep in the heart of Texas.
Is that their anthem?
Something
Do we
like
have an anthem?
that. I believe we do.
Is it by Kid Rock?
All summer long. Helen. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Wow, it's a baby panda.
Dan Kopf created 6 charts that show the number of hours a day people spend with a given over the course of their lives, and together they tell a story. So this first one is friends. See that spike over there? That's around like teenage and college years. Okay, then you go on to parents, siblings, and family. So you, John, spent
Yep.
the most time with parents, siblings, and family when you were a kid, teenager, and then kind of flatlined here starting around the mid-20s.
Yeah. Which makes sense. I mean, you start getting busy with work, you start getting busy with other things, and when you're 10 years old, you don't really have a choice.
Right. All right, take a look at coworkers. Well, this makes perfect sense. You go from basically not having a job to the teenage job, and then you're starting your career, and if you're fortunate enough to have a long career that starts ending around 62, 65, you can see, spend a lot of time with coworkers. Children, obviously, same thing, 20 to 50, peaking around, what was it, 35?
35, yeah.
Partner, hours per day. Obviously, a life partner, you're going to end up retired together and spend a lot of time.
Yeah, I like how that one has just like this uptick at the end. But the last one's the saddest one.
Rah, rah.
Boom, boom, boom.
All by myself. Look at that. Starting in your mid-30s, the amount of time that you spend not with anybody else, just on your own, increases exponentially. Starting at around 4 hours per day and ending north of 8. So doubling
Yeah.
the amount of alone time you spend by the time you're 85.
Wow. Yeah, it's kind of telling. It's interesting to see an entire life actually on a chart.
People are so rich and compelled by this.
Oh yeah.
On a Monday?
This was a big one. Now,
Yeah, this-
did you see we skipped one. Right before that, I have this.
Oh, the drone light bulb.
Yeah. So it's just one drone.
one drone to screw in a light bulb.
Yep, there's no joke there.
Tisa says, hello, Jason. I miss watching you every morning. Well, then watch me every morning.
Yeah.
You can catch me on Local 4 News today between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. Then I do this, 9:15-ish, although today it was 9:25-ish or 9:29-ish, I should say, due to technical difficulties. And then I'm on from 10 to 11 on Live in the D. It's not like I'm not on.
You're on every day. Now, Teresa was asking who did that study we were talking about before. That was Dan Kopf.
Yeah, I said that, didn't I?
Yeah, she was just asking.
Yeah, KOPF. America's Got Talent, Ukrainian electro-techno dance troupe Light Balance performing an eye-popping routine. Do we have this full sound?
Yes, hold on.
America's Got Talent, Golden Buzzer recipient. The Golden Buzzer.
The Golden Buzzer.
They got passed through right to live.
Yes.
In
now,
August.
let's take a look at that Golden Buzzer here. I got just look at this. Look at this. Look at this. No, she doesn't even hit it.
She missed it.
She missed it entirely. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, what do you? Where's your hand-eye coordination? Are you a child? Second of all, I mean, it's sad that how revealing that this shows. Like, well, we had it programmed and ready to go. It's
Yeah. John, Julie Bates says, "This is news. Why?"
Julie, you're the first one.
Faux pas committed.
All right, hold on. I'll put up my banner. Ready?
Yeah, let me see.
Okay, so Julie, this isn't news. This is entertainment. If you want the news, you can go to Local 4. We'll be on at noon, and you can find everything 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on clickondetroit.com.
Look at that, a complete whiff. Maybe a little bit of her pinky catches the edge.
It must be a sensitive buzzer.
Yeah, I tell you what. Get with the fun. You lose the H. Get with
the fun.
Get with the fun. All right, that was America's Time. Okay, finally here, coming up in August, Sonic Drive-In will have a new option called the Slinger, a beef burger that's partly made with mushrooms ground into the beef.
It's an idea. It's filler.
The restaurant is the first large chain to test what's known as a blended burger, a mushroom beef burger with less fat, fewer calories than the traditional version. And the idea here is that it's a much, much smaller carbon footprint. I mean, the carbon footprint for mushrooms to be harvested is like microscopic compared to beef.
I think
livestock.
It was 0.07 carbon footprint for a pound of mushrooms and 12 point something for a pound of beef.
I mean, astronomical.
Yeah.
Just astronomical in the difference. I'm all in. Hey, listen, I'm all for umami, the unofficial sense, taste, flavor. It's like a savory thing that's found in soy and mushrooms, beef, MSG, monosodium glutamate. It's sort of a mouth-watering quality, a savoriness, broth.
I just realized I have one more video that I didn't have in the rundown, and it's fantastic. Take a look at this.
Okay, so that's riding on what, a hippo?
Yeah, on a hippo.
Is that a blue heron?
It looks like it, yeah.
Riding on a hippo.
Got a couple questions to answer. Someone asked about where Brian was. Brian is going to be here later tonight for the Ford fireworks. Do you know what time that's kicking off at?
Tonight?
Yeah.
On TV?
Yeah.
Sundown.
Sundown.
Sundown for the fireworks. But,
Yeah.
Oh, there's the hippo. Looks fun. Whataburger rules. Yes, it does, Jim. Kimberly wants me to make a burger.
Me too.
Karen wants to know if that's going to be cheaper than an all-beef burger.
That's an interesting question. It should be significantly cheaper, 25% cheaper, I guess. Right? No, I don't know.
Somebody's got to pick those mushrooms. I mean, there's a labor expense involved.
So 20%.
Right. Let's go back to our top story. Midland flood brings out T-Rex. This is in Midland, Michigan, where Michigan State Extension is going to go out and look at the damage done by all the flooding, because crops might have been wiped out.
Yeah.
2 days underwater.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of agriculture in mid-Michigan. But the lighter side of that is a T-Rex kayaking down the street in flooded Midland, Michigan.
This dog must see this T-Rex all the time because he's not really worried.
This reminds me of that time that it rained on Christmas Eve and then froze overnight on Christmas morning, and we were ice skating on Barrington Court in Plymouth.
Yeah?
Literally skating the street.
When was this?
79 or 80, I want to say. It was back then. It was 79, 80,
Yeah.
81 or something like that. Anybody remember when that was, the ice storm? First it rained, and then quickly the temperature dropped and everything froze over, and it was like a ice palace wonderland. Late 70s, early 80s. And then there was the one Christmas, I think it was 82, where I was riding my new BMX bike on Christmas Day because it was so warm. It was like 65 or 62 degrees or something like that, which was really cool. Teresa thinks 78. Possible. Possible. Debbie says 78. Okay, now we got 2 votes for 78. My first initial guess was 79.
The Great Winter of 1978? Yes, it's one for the books.
This is strangely compelling.
It really is. Bacon, 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 bacon.
Elaine says, I remember that. I was in junior high. I remember that. I was in elementary school, so you've got a few years on me there, Elaine. Yeah, Carrie, well, que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future is ours to see, que sera, sera. I'm making up words. Kara Schroeder Miller thinks a talking egg is creepy.
Yeah, a little. The eyes are uneven. That's what it is.
Doll's eyes. That was on yesterday.
Yeah.
So was Monsters vs. Aliens, a movie I have now seen more times than any other movie except for Jaws and the Blues Brothers.
Which one do you think is the most?
No, I've seen, oh, you mean between Jaws and Blues Brothers? At one point it was definitely the Blues Brothers, but I've watched Jaws many more times in the years since, so it might be a dead heat in the 30s for both.
My answer would be The Rock. I think I've seen The Rock more than any movie ever.
Stanley Goodspeed?
Stanley Goodspeed. Winners go home and...
Yeah. The Rock is it might be the only good Michael Bay movie.
Yeah.
It's a really tremendously entertaining movie, mainly because of the charisma of its 2 lead actors, Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. But then Ed Harris is great as the villain.
And it's just like that quintessential perfect action movie that has all the key details.
Oh, Brian's back.
Yeah,
trolling
Brian.
the ladies. Doris Day. Who's referencing Doris Day? Oh, because I said que sera, sera. Yes, Angie, The Blues Brothers is an awesome movie. It's the only action musical comedy fantasy.
Yeah.
Say it's a fantasy because the Bluesmobile flies through the air and somehow turns around and lands.
Well, that's science.
Rod Maloney's on the phone. We should have a banner or a graphic. Rod's on the phone.
Yeah.
And whatever he's talking about, we'll just eavesdrop. Hot, 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 hot. I have got to do Live in the D here in like 5 minutes. Brian just,
Yeah.
he's all excited because he made the news. But this is not the news.
It's not quite. No, it's not. But you know what? I wish him all the luck in the world. I hope he finds someone here. This could be hilarious if we're the cause of someone's relationship.
That's true. Cody says that egg, though. It's a good way to end the show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Stay classy, Detroit.